How the fuck are you controlling my screen, man?
Hey, man. Hey, man.
You goddamn NSA. Let's throw my computer on the ground. Not this time, Zuckerberg.
The captain said,
Mr. Crack Spider.
the marijuana spider had no place to live.
The marijuana
So it ended up right into the crack web. It ended up crack spider's trap. As the crack
When
spider
winter
stayed.
came, the marijuana spider had no place to live. It ended up in the crack web as the crack spider's bitch.
Fuck it.
Diuretics out.
Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider.
C, the active ingredient in marijuana.
Nice web,
THC,
Mr. Crack Spider.
the active
Nice
ingredient
web,
in marijuana.
Mr. Crack Spider. Nice spider's behavior was. The web structure was not affected, but the
We're live.
spider's behavior was. The spider's behavior was. The web structure was not affected.
Yeah, we're live. We're good. Awesome. All right.
Hello, America and the world.
Are you on your backup
Where's-
channel?
You changed your
yeah,
hat?
the backup channel. That's the only way we can go
Oh,
live. And then this goes to the regular channel.
Is it
once the,
called
show?
backup channel?
It's just called Weaving Spiders Backup.
Weaving Spiders, welcome back up,
Backup.
actually.
Yeah, Weaving Spiders.
You should call it Weaving Spiders Back That Ass Up.
You know it.
Okay. It's
Good
not-
one.
Right.
Way,
I'm
way
not
to,
proud of that one.
way to make your return. Champion over here.
Wet ass personalities.
Ooh.
It's bringing it hot. Hot pusses up in here.
Go live. AF. Then this goes to the channel. Well, yeah, there you go. Good job, Greg. That's perfect. Sounds great. Yeah, say something. We'll say something in the chat, so I can make you a moderator. Say something, Greg, so I can make you a mod.
Oh,
bro.
in the chat. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, hey guys, we're
Up
live
back
on
to the
YouTube.
dicks.
Hi everybody. That isn't here yet. That's okay. Gordon's here, Greg's here, Jim's here,
Oh,
I'm here. It's beautiful,
ooh,
isn't it?
Hello.
it is beautiful.
I think it's pretty.
Hello.
Yeah, I like how
I'm gonna. Okay, I'll probably cut out, but I'm gonna try and get a good shot of this sunset here.
Let's do it.
we have a good dichotomy of people outside and us recluses inside.
Right?
So
Side recluse.
the recluse is not here, unfortunately, but
No, Steven is not here this evening. He might.
Can you see it?
I'm sure he's
Oh,
figuring
yeah.
out some new dirt on a pedo ring or something.
You know it. He's always effing them all up, dude. Constantly.
Yeah.
It's beautiful where you, Gordon. It's good to have you on a regular Saturday night for the first time.
Thank you, sir.
Proper.
Good to be here.
Good. How's your week been,
See
man?
It's been absolutely insane, brother. And
Yeah?
You see the skyline back, Tucson back there. That's Tucson.
Gorgeous.
Anyway, okay, so what I've been dealing with this week is we had a protest at my work, and all the parents that were very concerned about the mask policies, because there's been 4 suicides in just our school district alone. So the parents are justifiably, starting to panic. And
Can I ask you real quick? What age group do you know? What age group the suicides were?
high school.
Okay.
I don't think any of them were at junior high. No, they were, but the last one was a freshman.
Dude.
So it was at a brand new high school. So it was a little spooky for people.
That sucks.
But yeah, so hundreds of our parents came down and were wanting to kind of, demonstrate their concerns to the school district at the school meeting or school district meeting with the superintendent and all the board members and things. And it would have been probably productive, but what actually happened was some dipshit politician from the Patriot Party up in Phoenix came down got parents all wound up, like the ones that are easily wound up, really wound up. And he started kind of fighting with the staff members already before the meeting started. Ended up putting his hands, getting into an argument with the staff member, put his hands on her. And so 911 was called, and the whole thing was just a complete shit show after that.
Dude. So, and this is the far right, I'm assuming, like Patriot.
Yeah.
What is? Do you know anything about the Patriot Party? I don't know shit about them because
I'd never even heard of it before. Well, I had heard of Patriot Party, but there's also a group called Purple for Parents, which is interesting coding. They're the purple Greg. I see you're sporting the purple colors of 2021 as I am with.
Yes, we got Illuminati confirmed here. Welcome.
only way to go, baby.
I'm also a Prince fan, so that's
well,
Yeah, sure.
obviously. I mean, who isn't?
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you're a real jerk.
Maybe Barsky. Barsky only likes that punk rock garbage.
Yeah, right. Dude, don't put me there. Don't put me there. Just because I had some weird Berlin Rotor freak out earlier this week, but that was pretty rad.
So,
The band Rotor,
at any
man,
rate-
they're freaking amazing. Go ahead. All right, back to this.
Yes, I love that band now, by the way.
I can't stop.
But so this guy comes down. He's
We got the clip. We're gonna play it in a second here. We'll see.
oh, you're gonna play it? Okay.
Oh yeah. Should I play it right now?
Yeah,
Should
go
we
ahead
do
and play it,
All
and then we
let's
can
rip it.
talk about
Let's
it.
rip it. Okay. All right, so here we go. It is. All right, and let's rip it.
I don't hear audio.
No audio for me.
Yeah.
No audio?
I hear
All right.
audio.
Hold on.
Still can't hear anything.
Hold on. Yeah, sorry guys.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some commentary. And we had two fucking dickheads coming.
Dude, the funny thing is everybody can hear it, but you guys, just hold on.
Oh man, what the fuck is seriously when people do this? Like, it's crazy to me. It's like no one's around you. Just take it off.
Oh, that's just absurd.
Anyways, that's a whole nother story.
All
And
right,
he
let's
recorded
see.
that probably in the middle of the night. It had to been like 9 or 10 o'clock in an open parking lot.
Right. There was probably
Genius.
one guy shitting over there on the left side, about 55 feet. So he's in,
Yeah.
actually, I think it was 66.6 feet. That is
Yeah.
the proper amount of feet for the virus on
Like-
the kitchen.
This is the year of he who smelt it, dealt it.
I wonder,
I'm virtual signaling that I'm part of the cabal's plan to take over. Okay, sorry. It's just.
so I wonder why, like, dude, it's not giving me the option. Every time we've ever shared screen before, you guys have been able to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, this
Yes.
doesn't make any sense.
Well, we're obviously on the list now,
Hold on,
and
hold
that's
on. Let's
bad
see.
monitor.
Tell me if you guys can hear this. Just shut up. Did you hear anything?
Some dickheads came in here and said they didn't like us.
So you heard nothing? You heard nothing?
Sounds just like him.
You heard? Did
No,
you hear?
I can't hear anything. No.
Weird.
Maybe
I like
Huh?
Destiny Quinn. She's a smoke show.
Hold on, let me see.
Death.
Destiny Quinn? Destiny Quinn? Really? You're going with that. All
What
right,
is it?
let's let her have it.
Yes, name.
She's owning it, dude. She's owning it. Hold on, let me get subtitles on
Yeah, that works.
for you guys.
We'll do commentary over it. This is only so you don't get hit on YouTube.
Right.
Oh,
We're
right.
protecting you.
All right,
We're
here we
gonna-
go.
Hello, I'm Ed Ryerson.
Everybody else can hear it.
Headquarters
dude,
demanding
here.
to speak to the board.
I got it
There it
working.
is.
Yeah, no,
There it is.
There it is.
Jail last night when a group of parents spoke out over the school district still requiring their kids to mask up there at the school. There was supposed to be a board meeting that was canceled just a few minutes before it was set to begin.
And that's when things really got heated with the parents. News
up,
for
Destiny.
Tucson's Eric Fink was there and brings us the latest.
just left the club. That's
20
why.
minutes before a scheduled board meeting Tuesday night here in Vail, we got word that
What
it
a
was
winner.
canceled because of safety concerns. That upset some of the parents who wanted to speak to board members. They got into district headquarters demanding to speak to the board. A few minutes later, some parents and their kids got a chance to talk to the board. During that time, other parents decided to hold an impromptu election and elect a new board. That, of course, having no merit because school board members here are elected in an actual
This dude
election.
is a jerk, man.
A tense and chaotic several hours Tuesday night, all centering around a Southern Arizona school district's mask policy.
Let our children breathe! Let our children breathe! Let our children breathe!
Allowed.
And they do not have the right to take this away from us. These are our kids.
And at times, angry group of parents making their way inside school district headquarters in Vail Tuesday night after a board meeting was canceled.
Dump the board! Dump the board!
I'm
That the
frustrated that
guy?
my children are
Is that the guy
being
you're talking
forced to
about?
wear a mask
No.
every day for
He's one- I
7
mean,
to
he's
8
one of them.
hours with very few breaks, like when they get to eat, and it's not okay anymore.
Pima County Sheriff's deputies called out to try and keep the peace, but their presence only making these parents'
guy.
voices louder.
And they have the audacity to leave when we come
Cross-eyed.
here as peaceful parents to talk to them.
I understand what you're saying, but I have no control over them, but you're not going to be unruly here.
Last week, Governor Ducey lifted the mask mandate in Arizona schools while allowing individual districts to do as they see fit. Some argue it's time for the local school
I'm
board
sorry.
here to make masks
Empire school.
optional.
These are my rights as a parent, and they don't get to decide how I choose to
What,
raise
Greg?
them and what I believe is
called
true
Empire,
and
right?
factual. It's disgusting what's being
Said
done,
that
and
on
I
the
don't agree
thing.
with it. I don't. When you look at the flu, I mean, it also causes death. It also hurts people. So I don't agree with it.
The district
gotta have a
tells
better
News 4
argument than the
Tucson
flu,
about
though. Come on.
90% of
You can't do
parents
that.
support the mask mandate for their kids.
There's always the smaller portion that like to be louder than us.
And they love.
I believe the school district does a great job of hearing and putting the concern and safety of everyone.
They have never not asked for our input on anything. We get to help build the high school. We get to help name the high school. We get to help pick the colors.
Look at the
They
car.
literally
Car's
invented
right there.
3
It's
different ways
off
to
right in front of us.
educate
Says
our kids
Empire.
so that everyone
I saw
can
it.
try
I saw
to,
it.
so they could try to appease everyone
did.
during a pandemic.
This mother has 2 kids in the district. She worries this community has reached a breaking point it can't come back from.
That the community gets torn apart and we are so divided we can't get put back together again.
Pull the kids out!
That's the point.
Pull the kids out! Pull the kids out!
Dude, pull your own kids out.
School officials telling me that the district is working
Just
on
take
a
your
letter to
kids and
send to
go.
all
It's pretty
parents
simple,
here
right?
in Vail, saying that nothing has changed. The mask mandate remains in place, so too do the school board members. All of this coming with just less than a month. until the
man,
end
this
of the
guy's
school
Got to
year.
get your name so I can give you credit,
Got you
but
covered in Vail. I'm Eric Fink.
Eric
News
Fink.
4.
Eric Fink. There he is.
He's
Eric
not
Fink,
good.
Fink, whatever.
Fink.
Well,
Okay.
he's a tool. Sorry. But
So,
I'm not, 'cause
Gordon,
he
is that the school? You said you work at the school?
Yeah. So I used to work at that. So what they were showing where all of the parents were gathered, that was my building. I work in kind of a back separate area from the rest of the district office, but I'm in that building and that's where the board meeting was being held.
So
But I
is
used to work at that high school that they were showing, the one called Empire.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one I have. See, this is where my head's going. It's happening
Yeah,
because they
I
want
never
people,
thought about it until you just said that.
they don't want anyone questioning the empire. This is a spell. They had all the patriots and the parents come in and then do all the hoopla, and then the lady's like, "It's a flu." It's
ritual.
maybe it's just a theory.
Ritual. No.
Well,
there's-
and that group is called Purple for Parents.
See, now we got Masonic stuff. we got
yeah, we got royalty. We got like Yep. Dude, check all the boxes. Tick,
You're
tick,
checking
tick.
the box. You can confirm the school's real. You know, so
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It popped it up and said, "This is Empire School."
What's the name? Or we don't want to get you in trouble, Gordon. For real, I'm not trying to like.
Yeah.
I will be in trouble.
For real?
If anybody sees any of the shit that I say, are you kidding me?
Oh shit! Well, it'll be a while.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm playing with fire. I really am playing with fire.
We do that all the time. That's okay.
But it's just interesting though that I've been thinking about why this place, why us, and you may be right. Like why is this one making news and not other districts? I mean, this has got to be happening.
This has got to be
other
happening.
places, right?
I'm certain this is happening other places.
But
and if it's not, shame on parents for like even just for dissent in general, the sake of dissent itself. I don't give a shit about either side. I don't have a kid, so I don't have a dog in the fight. But I mean, I have a brain, and the whole thing is a joke at this juncture. Everybody knows it. Now everybody's playing along.
Well, the thing is what's really happening is, I mean, yes, it's the masks, but it's a lack of hope for the students. They see their parents panicking and getting depressed, and then they start drinking, and their depression gets worse, and the news gets worse, and that societal trauma keeps happening over and over and over again. And these kids, they don't see. I mean, you guys remember being 16? How fucked up was that age?
Just about to say, I can't even put myself. I just tried to while you were explaining it. I was like, oh man, this is awful. I've thought about driving past my high school.
Really bad.
Yeah, it's gotta. I can't, dude. That's got to be a huge thing. I can't even begin to.
Well, this is the thing.
The last suicide was a really bad one too, and I'm not going to share the details of it, but it was dramatic.
So there's going to be. Go ahead, Jim.
For a week when I was in high school. It was over spring break, and I pretty much went on a murder spree. It was terrible. You know, just at that age, you got to go out and chase girls and, build your social skills.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, what outlets are there too? Like the only outlet I had in high school was like punk rock, playing shit, like that thing, doing everything I could to escape. Yeah. So if there's no, this just gives right.
They're traumatizing the whole nation. They're traumatizing all the world too. Don't get me wrong. That's everyone, but I think America's like the target. Like we have to go down. We can't have any beacon of freedom and also, I know our freedom's a bit subject. It's like the empire's kind of been like, yeah, you're free, but
right.
I feel like the psyopses and all of this fucking like they have to go after the kids. They have to break them because like we're just like fodder or something. We're just kind of like the inconvenience till they get to that generation. Because once they break them, then they're like, oh, then we can do all kinds of shit. I mean, this is theory, but
no, it's exactly right.
Fucked up what's happening to the kids right now. Like their whole like
think about how much stuff I've at least studied on mind control. I know you guys have researched tons of shit. It's literally like this is past playbook because it's like. It's so egregious. It's just so in your face.
Well, they're sticking to the playbook, the MK Ultra playbook, man.
Yep. And
I traumatize.
Yep.
Get them addicted to something or another, like our shitty food and our alcohol,
but now it's going to
encourage it throughout every single piece of media.
Yep.
All through, and it's brainwashing.
Yep.
Yeah, because think about how splintered just to dissociate to whatever, just to cope, just to even get like remember getting that like hit of dope, whatever, not even dopamine. It's just like that rush is in high school. That was like something, like at least for a dude, like we're all dudes here, so like chasing, it's not just.
Chad in high school, then you were doing great. But all the Chads right now must be like fucking not having a good time.
Can you imagine like even the popular ones? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
What's the point? Like, I'm curious. I wonder what it would be like. What it is. I mean, we sound all disconnected and super old.
Well, it's that feeling that you're missing out on something every single moment that you're not there. You know, like
remember,
but is the day that I'm gonna make all the friends and become.
Who thinks like that in high school though, dude? For real, like people. I mean, like at least like us, we know that there was like a sense of that, I guess, in like but I mean, I had weird like popular friends and like like, you know what I mean? It didn't make any sense because I played sports too, so it was weird.
But we
didn't
have social media. Like all of us didn't have social media when we were kids, right?
We had zero social media, dude.
And it just feeds that FOMO all the time, over and over and over again, because we just keep building ourselves a narcissistic little nation of that. My opinion really fucking matters
really
more
counts.
than anything else in the world.
I bet all the kids are laughing at us for acting like this, and they can probably see that shit blatantly because it's there. It's right there. It's obnoxious for all of us as adults to have to navigate through this nonsense. But for kids, I can't imagine like teenagers.
Yeah.
It's gotta be so glaring and obvious that they're just like, are you kidding me? Who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? Like, really?
Well, everything is magnified at that age, you know?
Yep.
Like your first little girlfriend breakup was like completely heartbreaking. Then you look back and you're like, wow, she was a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Why did I freak out about
What
that?
am I worried about?
I'm on my fourth
everything.
now. What the fuck? Gives a shit. Sorry, I'm not actually not fourth wife, but you know what I mean. It doesn't matter after the second one, really.
They all stop counting. People stop going to weddings, and all your stepchildren are like, "Oh, you again?" Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm just turned off now until I get to retirement, even though that'll never happen. Not, I'm a boomer, so yeah, no, it's a real shit show. And here's the thing too, like all this stuff is leading to, and I've talked to them a little bit about this, but this is all I think a lot of this is, again, I know this is everyone says this like the Great Reset, but that is the end game, is the fourth industrial gamification / stakeholders capital they want to turn the world into. Because once they get that, it's like game over. Well, not mostly game over. I mean, there's always black swan events, but because like once, I don't know if anyone's like familiar with what the corporations and investment bankers and stuff want to do with this like new stakeholders capitalism models, where it's basically enslavement with apps. That's like what it is. Like to sum it up,
that's what it feels like. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, because they're prepping everyone for that. You share all your data, you share all your woes and things with the world like that. But what they want to do is essentially make people assets that you can collect and bet on, like you would normally in a marketplace. But it's going to be only extremely rich that will have this, and your success or failure will be betted on in the market, like a short and a long position. It's like fucking insane. Like, but that's what that's where it's leading to, unless we collectively stop fighting each other over bullshit. And I don't want to say what I want to say on YouTube because you'll be gone. But,
just the fact that we have to think about that is criminal.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. That we have to concern ourselves with censoring ourselves here.
We literally can't I'm not going to say certain things, but we literally can't even question. There's so much it's diabolical, and I'm going to shut up. We'll deal with that in a bit. But
yeah, they want to start making us self-censor.
I mean, we're already self-censoring right now, which is insane. But I understand. It's just because we just want to.
I just want to murder a bunch of people that are tyrants. That's because only freedom grows. The flowers of freedom grow with the blood of tyrants. I mean.
All right, Stephen K. Bannon in the house.
Yeah, okay, sorry, YouTube. That was a joke.
This is a comedy show. I mean, that's how we created the show.
I
we're comics or comedians, but
all the other agencies. We're just kidding. This is a gag.
No, we're not kidding. I'm serial. All right, I'm retweeting this out right now.
Gordon, you're probably like, what the fuck? This guy is wild.
This guy's too radical for me.
I don't want to get you fired or anything. Saying,
hey man, you can say whatever you want.
Okay, I shoot off the hip. That's just my. I can't help. I have no friends. You guys are it.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's all over. I'm just burning every bridge I have left. That's the way I can see the path. Burn the bridge because it's so dark.
It's been rough, dude. I've lost so many friends over just stupid shit because they're freaking out over just the dumbest stuff. And you call them out.
I can't even get into it. I can't.
Stop drunk texting me.
Oh, that's obnoxious. That's worth it though. I mean, if they're like drunk texting you, just being obnoxious. But it depends on who it is. Like if you're like
it's your old vegan buddy.
Old vegan buddy?
Yeah. Was that you I was talking about
I think so. Like we were talking about like vegan straight edge people.
Yeah.
I think Greg was like, they still exist. And
oh yeah.
Yeah, they do. And
yeah, they do.
But I remember like when the only ones that I could ever see getting like a drunk text from or something would be like someone who was straight edge for a long ass time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then like for a long time, like further like into my 20s or 30s type thing, and then all of a sudden starts drinking or smoke. Like that was like one of the funny like jokes around like the hardcore kids and stuff. Was like, yo, when I get like the ones that started smoking weed, like they were like, I got to smoke weed with Barsky right away. Like it was like some funny goofy thing around just like a rite of passage once you fall off straight edge to smoke weed with Barsky right away.
Hey man, I didn't hit that rite of passage till I was 48.
You were straight edge?
I never smoked weed.
I get it though. I mean, you could miss that. I understand missing that.
Yeah.
But
hey, man, I'm trying to catch up. I
totally understand, and you're caught up. You're good.
You did it.
It's legal here now.
No.
Is it legal in Arizona for real? I didn't even know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How is Wisconsin the only? Dude, this isn't even funny. Like, get it together.
You're in a police state.
Yeah, and dude, we have some like fake spined little Tony Evers like blue governor over here. But yeah, I don't understand. I just don't understand. But Arizona, man. But Greg, the funny thing was like, this is panopticon level crazy. This is like, and I keep thinking like, how are people like every day it just gets crazier and crazier. But then I do have like a few signs of like light and hope where I like, oh, good, this person on this platform with 25,000 whatever, you know what I mean, or 50,000 that's in the music business, who I didn't even like very much. I'm not even gonna say who it is, but clearly I'm not gonna be that asshole, but is out here every single day questioning all the shit that's going on right now and is literally, but I mean nobody else is doing that, and it's crazy to like they're making ads for getting jabs, celebrities and shit, like promoting it. This is literally like the biggest joke ever. Like it's so fucking insane and diabolical. And I understand. I was trying to explain this. I was like, I don't understand how you could hate somebody so much and then be out of your hatred for somebody and collective disdain, you walk off the cliff of all reason, rationale. Everything is out the window because the idea of identifying with the other, what you consider the other, like your nemesis politically, is connecting with just because someone has an opinion that follows that same line, has nothing to do with political anything, right? It just follows in that same line of thinking, like, oh yeah, that's effed up. But
they're all Masonic floors, they're the black and white duality, their brain is in the black and white, and that's where all the pawns are. It's all the people that are under control. They're in.
But it's people that we all know that are like, it's the same thing. It's like a bunch of people that are my friends that would literally be like, huh, mandatory this, then that. That'll never happen. And then like, look at this. Like, and now they're the ones out here fucking police, not even, but whatever. I'm not even going to say that. I don't want to put words in other people's mouths.
Rage against or rage with the machine. That's
rage with machine, yeah, exactly. And then it's like, wait a minute, what?
Go with it now,
the world, yeah, we're with it now. We're with you now.
So now, everyone's purple haired, and it's like a fucking upside down world. They're like, yeah, punk rock's like, what?
What? Yeah.
Even Ed Kennedy's Jello is all out there going, yeah, Democrats and get jabs. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
The world is
yeah.
It's like,
Fat Mike did the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I can't.
Like, what? Fat Mike? Really? The dude from NoFX. Are you kidding me?
See, I can see that though. I can see him doing that, I guess.
Well,
yeah, I guess
the spirit of against the man, the system, all this stuff. And I get at a certain age, when you get to a certain age, you're not always like going full like, okay, I can see why maybe I want to pay indirect taxes so I don't have a pothole I drive over.
Right.
I understand some of that waning away, but yeah, but at some point it's like, dude, are you completely cucking out to the system? I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Like there's so many people I've just like lost respect for. It's like,
I've lost respect for everybody that I had, almost everybody I've had respect for in the past. That wasn't warranted respect necessarily. Maybe it was just because I like your music or I like your art. But now, like, I'm sorry, like, I can't, like, in good conscience.
You know what, dude? This is a great thing, though. Losing your heroes.
Oh, I agree.
Like, it makes us all equal, man. That is freedom right there.
For sure. And I agree 100%.
I told my daughter this, like, we were talking about following movements and things like this. And I'm like, the sooner you lose your heroes, you find out all your heroes are worthless pieces of garbage, just like everybody else. Like, man, we're all the same. You're all the same. Nobody's any more important than anybody else.
Yeah, once you take your heroes off the pedestals, that's the only time where you can actually focus inward on improving yourself. Because you're not improving yourself if you're trying to model somebody else and be like somebody else. Because that's just, what is that? That's not independence. It's not independent thought. That's not reality of, it's not having a mind.
Right. And who are you without your labels? I'm a Democrat or Republican or they're Christian or atheist, or who are you actually without defining yourself with all that crap that's going to fail you? All that shit's going to fail you at some point in your life. And it's sooner you get rid of all those labels, the better off you're going to be.
I feel like it's good to just have an open mind, and not even pigeon your like I'm a flat earther, or I'm a round earther, or like
truther.
Don't have I'm a truther, I'm woke. Don't have any conception that you have everything figured out.
Exactly.
We don't.
Yeah.
It's just like researching or like trying to maintain some sense of fucking dissent.
Once you decide that you figured out what the right idea is, then you've locked your brain to any new thoughts.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're shut off completely.
Just sorry. That was the one thing that he said that was like can still stand time. That Robert Tom Wilson, he had like the idea.
Thank you. Yep. Go ahead.
Reality tunnels, if you have the blinders, you're not open up to possibilities or other paradigms and maps and models.
Exactly.
Which I think I talked to you last time about this, how we've entered since the Great Conjunction this new model. And that's why I think we're having a lot of issues right now on the metaphysical mental space where people are just like thrashing because we're in an alchemical transformation where we're leaving the earthy old models of ways of everything working that way, that even the psyops and all the bad shit where it all was all earth based. Now we're in the air. So things can lift you off way fucking fast, like a jet stream, and you can just fly high, or you can come crashing down and hit the ground. So the terrain's different because there is no terrain. We're just flying in the sky. There's no map. So I think that started around that conjunction, and then there's some other elements that you can throw into there where that could be the reason why. But we're in the air. That's the dominant element right now, I think. So that's why everything's moving so fast, and everyone's just like burnt out and insane because we're in a flux between that movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good summation. I mean, it really is. It totally feels like that. I mean, and you can kind of, if that transition took how many days was it? I don't remember precisely, but I know guess what day it ended, everybody. Yeah. The 6th of January, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the transit completed. So that would lock it. I mean, if we're going by like how most people understand astrology, astrotheology, whatever you want to call it, it would be that we went into, the transition obviously would be going from that age to this age, being Aquarius, getting swept up in the air, blah, blah, blah.
So what happened?
It feels like everything's been, I don't know. We're all kind of close age-wise, so I don't know if this is as valid as it is for everybody else. But I know that, and everybody else I've talked to that's age, generation difference from me at least, has agreed with me that time has like sped up in like insanely quick. Like the quickened after right about, it feels like around election time. It feels like everything has just been bled in. Like I'm like, holy shit, that was March or that was February. Everything is flying faster, and I don't know if it's an age thing or what.
It's a combination, yeah.
It's common, but I mean, but it feels like the quickening got quickened.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like I think it's like kind of like like an hourglass. So like when you get that point where it's not a good example, but when you have like right where when it starts getting right to the point where it then starts funneling out again, all the beats spin faster, move faster through the hole, and then it like slowly drips. So like I feel like kind of like that's just
we're crashing down
through that pinhole in the black hole of our collective consciousness, and it's going to be a fucking nightmare. And also, like, I don't know if I have, this is a bit of cutarded thing, but I know. Don't even start. I get it. But 3 years ago, I came up with this wacky idea that the age we were entering into was okay. It's going to sound whack. This is hard to even say.
Don't say it, Greg. Then don't say it.
Okay. If you know about the Kabbalah, there's this idea that the spheres of influence and the paths in it are like a map representation of the world that we're actually in right now. What is the path of zain? And it's like called it's the wordless. Is it wordless or soundless? I don't know, something like that. Basically, there's no description to this, and it's an alchemical transfer. It has to do with the lovers. It has to do with so separation of the parts.
What Sephiroth are we even going? Do you want to share your screen? Do you have a thing?
Oh, I'm off the cover now, but
no, I'm serious. We should.
I think it's in Banan. It's near that. It's the 20. It's the 17th path.
I'll pull it up.
Look up the path of zain. Type that in. So, but it basically, like, it's an alchemical spell or movement, and like with like if you go with the tarot, you have the lovers. So this, I think it's the idea is it's a separation of the parts, putrefaction stage. Then those parts come together as like the lovers and unify into a new thing. Who knows how long this process takes? Yeah, the path is zain. And look, and see, it's the scale and the number is 17. That's why I'm saying it's a little cutarded because
oh, dude, yeah,
I know people, but there's more. There's more to it, and that's what than that. I'm just kind of like.
Of course, and I'm the Gemini over here too, like an asshole.
But there's some strange stuff with and it's okay. So it also has to do with I'm trying to remember his name, Frater. He was associated with Crowley. He was like one of his students, and he went insane. But he had this idea that also we weren't entering the age of Horus, but we were actually it's a double current of an age. So it's not only Horus, but it's Mot or M-A-A-T.
M-A-A-T. Yeah.
The Egyptian goddess of justice, essentially, or the scales, and all that stuff. But she's kind of like the hidden daughter in the story of the trinity of the Egyptian mythology. So she's like this hidden current. And that's where I see this is all the ideas that go on in my head.
No, I love it. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop.
I'm still working on some of the stuff, but there's some weird stuff that's kind of because like again, it goes into this weird meme magic stuff too, where she's related to other stuff. You know, I wish I had my notes. Let's just say, I'll just say simply that. So yeah, so you have the Gemini, the lovers, the twins. So it's a twin current.
Okay.
And the sword is also like symbolic in with the zain. I think that's even
with Z, with the Hebrew with Z. Yeah. Right here.
The sword cuts. It also combined things combined, and it's from what I can decipher. Again, like Kabbalah is like pretty insane, and they say not even try to get into it until you're after your 40s.
It's wild.
It's wild. So I'm still working on it, but but I started noticing these things like about I think it was like 2017. Funny enough, 2017.
Well, you got on the right path instead of the Q path. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's where there was also I was getting some signaling where I was saying that because whatever you want to say about the Q stuff, because psyop or whatnot, but there's some magical elements to that thing too, that related to because there was like the Pepe stuff that with 4chan and that me magic stuff, but Q in itself. So if you look at the letter Q in the alphabet, and it's like the 17th letter and all that, it's actually a story, and it's a story of it's a fertility rite story. That's my theory, because it's an implanted egg. So if you look at it, it's a 0 or the egg, and then you have the seed going into it, which is this little swoop. And if you look at the letters, if you had like A, B, C, D, all that, if you look at it, the letters that oh god, this sounds so crazy because I haven't thought about this in a while, but essentially like it's an impregnation story in the alphabet. And that's so my assumptions were on a metaphysic level, the thing was meant to be a fertility rite, because also there's also another frog-headed goddess in the Egyptian world. That's Hecate or Heket.
Hecate.
Hecate, thank you.
Hecate.
And she's a fertility god. She works with putting the breath and the spirit into when they're born into the world, when they were made out of clay. And there's like a bunch of weird stuff too, where that she had a cult in Quis, Egypt, and all this. There was like a King Pepe like at the same time. It's like really fucking weird. Oh. Yeah, like I was saying, this is all like really strange stuff. Like when synchronicities keep on like piling up, I'm like, I don't know how much of that's actually like someone's doing, like it gets to that point where it's like, it's too fucking bizarre. Unless time travel's involved. I don't know.
But if that's
a weird rant.
No, that was a great rant. It's one of the best I've heard in a while. Power that power.
No, man. Like I find that stuff all the time though. Like those kind of synchronicities are everywhere.
Right. And that's your tool. The more synchronicities, I think that's when you're like, okay, this is right. That's how you know you're right. You're on. Yeah. You're on the right path. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you can have false synchronicities, and I think the internet actually is working on making false synchronicities, and it's using algorithms to do it. So we got to be careful of those. But
and our own pareidolia too. Our brain is constantly trying to make order out of chaos. It's like hearing the music in the bathroom fan.
Exactly.
You guys understand what I'm saying? Like where we kind of see things that may or may not be there. Like because as soon as I heard this group, Purple Fur Parents, I'm like, oh shit, this is signaling, like instantly, like, but that's not pareidolia, because that's something we've been talking about. I don't know if you guys saw the episode that Rogueways did on the color signaling and the whole purple movement stuff.
No, I didn't hear that.
And what's also interesting, speaking of the synchronicities, Greg, that empire that you pointed out, that school, the colors are red, white, and black, which is a big signaling thing right now. You see it all over the place. It was all over the Super Bowl halftime show, and all over. Oh, the new Captain America. Have you watched Captain America: Winter Soldier yet? Anybody?
I haven't.
TV show one.
So, yeah, the TV show. So they introduce U.S. Agent, and if you're a fan of the comics, you know that this guy, U.S. Agent, is kind of like bad Captain America. He's like more like super cop, but his colors are black, red, white, and black. Like they took the blue away, and it's black, red, and white, and they're signaling that all over the place. And I didn't think about it until you pointed out the Empire thing, Greg, that school is red, white, and black too. I got to dig into that.
You're also wearing a Captain America shirt, so see, we're
so yeah, you see me now.
Yes,
this is Jack Kirby though. This is the good stuff.
Yeah, Jack Kirby was the man.
Right.
And I had something with Jim. He's getting the little things going in his head about Jack. Right. Okay.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about the comic thing.
Oh, let's do it. Okay. Daz is coming on too. I sent him a link. Daz, come on. I sent you a link in Instagram. I saw that. I'll look at it in a minute. Okay. So where was it? Okay. So we were watching. If we want to segue it into the comics thing, I mean, shit, that's going good. I mean, that's another direction. But we can forget it. I'll do it.
Yeah, we can come back to it.
Sorry, I totally derailed you.
No, I don't care. No, we're good. We're good.
That was a good segue.
Go for it. That's fine. It's Jack Parsons. But Jim has a crazy ass theory. Well, we're all on some Jack Parsons shit because that documentary came out.
Thomas Sheridan dropped a documentary called The Apotheosis of Jack Whiteside Parsons. Very good work. It was definitely interesting. I watched it a couple of times today, almost 1.5 times at least, and then I had time to watch it. But so I have a working theory that Jack Parsons faked his own death and went on to sort of make comic book propaganda. Comic book like there's so many like Iron Man is sort of modeled after Jack Parsons, and let's see.
Also, Marvel Comics. His name is Marvel.
The name.
So
yeah, his name's Marvel Whiteside Parsons.
Yeah,
is Marvel when he was building rockets with his buddy, they called themselves the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yep. Suicide Squad. Even it's in DC, but still, like, it's still there.
So in June of 1937, he was working on a novel or like a screenplay with a guy named Frank Molina, and it was.
See, that's where it goes crazy. But I mean, I'll get on this in a second because who Frank Molina is.
An anti-war pseudo-Marxist book, and it was like all the characters in the book were sort of like based on real people that were at Caltech, and in the story, the character that was based on Jack Parsons was killed in an accidental explosion in his basement.
No way. Of course. There you go.
15 years before he accidentally died in real life in his basement. So and he was the thing that got him into rocketry in the first place was sci-fi. He was like
pulp comics. He loved them.
Fanatic of pulp comics. Yeah.
Yep. He's a psycho about it. Yep.
So
that's what led to him wanting to do the rocketry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
cool. I mean, you can see, because science always, or sci-fi, fantasy, all of it always influences someone who's engineer or, wants to, it's like, a self-feeding loop.
So it's a natural progression for him to get into comics, I would think. And, if he fakes his death and then goes on to whisper into the ears of, a foil or a Stan Lee kind of guy who was partying a lot. And, it's like imagining that the Beatles, like four guys, wrote all these songs by themselves without any help from an intelligence agency.
Dude, I kind of think the Beatles were that good as musicians and did that. I do. I really do.
I do too.
I have friends that wrote a shit ton of songs, dude, and that's like, it's not the, totally not out of the realm of possibility at all. Seriously, like I don't like, it's just what it is. For real, because they were jumped on, That's the case. I'm positive that's the case. If there's if there's really a lot to that or anything to that, I'll just leave it at this. I mean it. That's why they don't get called out. That's why they haven't been called out like excessively by other musicians. For real, I think. But that makes sorry.
There's a lot of rumors going around about the Beatles. I mean, the whole
plus people too though. There's what I'm saying?
Paul rumors, fake Paul.
Yeah. Oh, that's been going on forever. So, I mean, it's just like, we don't even understand, actually, because we're too young to understand, I think. I really can't even, like, there's certain stuff we can't touch as a generation, I feel like. That, I honestly do, and JFK is, like, one of those things. We can get scratched so close, but there's no point anymore. It's like a lost, do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's a lost, what's, like, what, but sorry.
I kind of lean the other way. I mean, I don't know for sure. I can't say with certainty either way, but I do think that like anything that's pushed on a culture that has that much control and manipulation of a whole generation is managed, if not created by whatever forces that are trying to manipulate culture, because it made all the youth in the 60s go into a direction that they had modeled and wanted it to go. The think tanks wanted counterculture. It was a whole plan, I think, to lead us to where we're at now. In order to sync society, they had to have a boomer generation that partied and were hippie.
I mean, they boomed. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they had like 42% of the wealth by the time they were like 25. I mean, fuck. Not bad. And they're still holding on to it. Those fuckers.
I mean, I lean more on the side that everything is fake. Nothing is real. Everything is not fake, but everything has been created and manipulated and planned out, like maybe 100 years in advance, at least
1,000 years.
That's funny. I was thinking about that this week too, that because I've been on that nothing is real thing for a while, but I think when we look at it as everything is, it's not that it's not real, but it's transitory. Like nothing is permanent. Like everything is completely temporary. Like this whole life is a blink of an eye in the universe, and let alone my house or my dog or my job, like shit's just not that important. Like the stuff that we have here and like, or what we have to do here, it's really important, but it's not the be all and end all at all.
That's the big joke. That's the big trick, is that
exactly.
We got tied up in it and caught up in it and think that it's important. We think that it's important whether or not we wear a mask over our face, and people get all fired up and touch each other and push each other at school meetings over something that it doesn't matter either way, because in the end, it's really what did you do? Why are we here? self-improvement, growing as a soul.
Yeah. To be a better person.
Be a better person.
And you figure out whatever your own shit is.
And especially when you're saying transitory, your job is definitely over after this one. I'm just
don't tell anybody.
They actually text me and they're like, it's not good.
Oh,
not
shit.
good. I'm just kidding, but
wait, let me look at my text real quick.
You're totally right. And there is this whole like kind of like there's definitely a lot of narratives and things. There's Wagadog kind of styled thing about culture, but at the same time, Black Swan events and just the human spirit, you can't fucking control that to a T. So nothing always goes off without a hitch. So
yeah, you kind of have to like ride. It feels like they have to like ride these waves. You know what I mean? Of like, okay, so this is out of control. This is something that grew out of, it's a symptom of this issue that we've, kind of inflicted on the masses, right? So they got to ride that for a second and then try to latch on if something, there's some grassroots whatever to it, see if they can latch on in some way and then infiltrate it, blow it up or whatever, or carry it to the next level until they need to sacrifice it. It's weird.
People aren't that complicated.
I understand.
Mind is not a group mind is not that complex.
The group mind is like the most retarded mind there is on the I feel like on the planet. So I don't even know how democracy ever got off the ground.
The group mind is just a dog in a car licking the windows.
Straight up, dude. It is a fucking bona fide, just derelict, like just absolute, just lacking thought, like any kind of anything. It is like the most absurd. I don't.
It's an egregore. They're
absolutely.
Not.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's out of control. It's an out of control egregore. It's literally like, oh shit, this could go either way. Like I kind of feel like it's like that though. It has to be like that, right? Because you're playing with fire. Like, as diabolical as it is, there's got to be just as equal of a pendulum swing the other way to fuck shit, to just mess it all up. For them.
Yep.
But as our individual journeys and things in the universe or this experience, we're just gonna fucking try to wing it. That's try to wing it. I don't know what we're in and what we do, but we're special. I know that. And Gordon's gonna lose his job. Like we need to really.
We gotta rally.
Stop saying it, man.
Yeah, you're gonna make it so. You're not.
You on Fiverr or something after this? I mean, we'll get a
Marsky, I'm gonna need you to blur my face in this episode.
The mosaic.
Change my name.
Right.
I'm telling you,
can do that pretty easily. I think.
Yeah, you always want to have a fake name.
I was about to say,
like this right here. This
like you guys.
This is your friend. Have a fake name. Tell the communists come after me.
Oh crap.
It'll do you wonders.
Too late.
No social shame.
So Daz isn't gonna come on, just a heads up. Daz is lying back chilling and he's like 6 or 7 hours ahead of us, so we can't
True, he's on the pond, the other side.
He's in Ireland?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, Liverpool. Gotcha.
Liverpool.
What up, Daz? Yeah, he was talking about, I don't know if you caught that, Greg, or anybody else, the IG Manchester United Soccer Club and the red, white, and black.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. Well, forget it. Here, just real quick so we kind of know what Daz is talking about. I'll do this. Where is it? Okay, so it ain't gonna work, dude. I can't log into Instagram. I only have it on my phone. I don't play with Instagram often. Sorry. Shit. Oh well. But that's not anybody's business. So there you go. Okay. But yeah, I think the work that Sheridan did and Oswald Spengler in the chat. What's up, dude? Thomas, we hit up Thomas earlier today. Thought maybe we could get him on tonight, but it's ridiculous to think that because It's ridiculous to think that he's in Ireland. So on such short notice, especially. So we'll have him on hopefully in the next week or something. We're working it out. Jim got it taken care of. So
hopefully.
It. Oh, we appreciate it. It's gonna be good.
He was slaying some sort of fairy monster or something. Like they're real serious.
They got serious fae issues, bro.
Yeah, the fae is
little terrorist faes over there.
The real ones.
Faces. You heard about Faces yet, y'all? Faces.
Faces.
Oh man.
Faces.
That was awful.
Faces. I got you.
Yeah, that was awful. Cue them horns, Greg.
I wish I had horns. I don't know what I have on here. What do I have?
Oops.
I have like creepy music. Sorry.
All right.
That was grimy.
Wait, come on, folks. Sorry.
Sorry, it's not working anymore. But
right, so that just went all left, right. You're not leaving.
I gotta go. I do love this.
Oh, you have to leave? All right.
Yeah,
Greg's got to go. Great.
Fucking sucks.
Man. All right, buddy.
I do enjoy this. This was a nice thing to do.
Well, the last thing we talked about was Ireland, and you said earlier you were gonna just pull the Irish goodbye, and you didn't. So good job.
That was damn it! I should have just left.
Proud of you, man. I know.
I totally a hole, and then just.
Yeah.
This is the furthest thing from an Irish goodbye I've ever fucking seen. So
you need to throw a smoke bomb and just disappear.
Yeah, right. Like a leprechaun.
That's the app they needed to have in Zoom. Was just a poof.
Well, we can
get it. Come on, Zoom. Let's do this. I'll send you some feedback if you actually listen to me or Gordon or any of us about that. Because that's a good idea. You want some effects, like some cool effects.
Exactly.
That's a brilliant idea. It's like some
when you kick somebody out of a meeting,
magicians.
Exactly.
Yep.
Or Batman. What's cooler, Batman
Greg,
or
go. Get out of here.
Magician?
Go.
Wait, no, Greg. We need to hear what's better, Batman or a magician?
Ooh, a magician.
Well,
a Batman.
Magic magician or an actual I'm the Massetherion kind of magic magician?
No, like a smoke bomb magician.
Okay.
Like a fucking...
I'm gonna go with Batman because he'll.
Okay, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange wins all the time, dude.
Wins every time, yeah.
Every
He's
time.
Sorcerer Supreme, dog.
Yeah,
he's supreme.
And I had a lot of fun, and I do hope you do keep your job, Gordon. It was nice meeting you.
Thanks. Thanks for trying not to manifest it. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Take some of that dual path. Take some of that dual path current, that path to zain current that you're all about right now, and wind that up for Gordon so it don't happen. All right, player. All right.
I'll do some work on it.
Yeah, this is just a bit.
Get your right on. Get your right on.
If it does happen, I'm coming after the people that wronged you, like Charles Bronson style.
Like Patriot prayer. Or wait, not Patriot. What is it? Patriot Party style.
Patriot Party.
Patriot Party style.
We're on my 12 gauge.
Purple power.
No, I'm not threatening.
Empire power.
I'm not threatening anyone. God damn it, making this worse. I'm sorry.
All right, Ireland. We'll see you later, Irish.
Long Irish goodbye.
All right.
See you, Greg.
You gentlemen, take care.
All right, I'll kick you out. I swear to God, if it's
Boosh.
Let's just put you in the waiting room and put you in the waiting room. All right, get out of here. Go. Oh.
Maybe. Goodbye.
All right, we'll see you. You'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back.
You will, right?
I will.
I'll hold you here for 44 extra seconds. Whatever's going on behind you, the house is just smoke's coming in, and then you can actually disappear.
I might show up in the chat, so you might see me.
It's gonna be like that. No, you get kicked out of the chat. All right, see ya. Well, we're gonna boot him out of the chat. There he's gone. Thank God. What was that? Ireland. Love you, Greg. Holy shit. So, Daz is talking about I don't know what's going on in the chat. My brain just fired all stupid. So, apologies. But the Frank Molina connections really bugged me about the whole Jack Parsons thing. Do you guys know who Frank Molina is?
So, fill me in.
Frank Molina is a like was
I remember all this, but I forgot.
Okay, so he was the. Let's see. So the funny thing how this all ties together is Frank Molina was mentioned. He worked with Parsons. He was friends with Parsons and LRH. This dude was a scientist in, I don't know his exact status. I'll look it up just so I don't misquote a bunch of stuff. But basically,
this book together where Jack Parsons' character was killed in an accidental explosion in his basement.
Yeah.
Right.
Very suspiciously similar to the way that he actually.
Get this. He was in a. Sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Oh, I said actually allegedly died.
Okay. So Molina, though, was an American aeronautical engineer, painter, especially known for becoming both a pioneer in the art world and the realm of scientific engineering. Okay, so this is funny, like a little funny tie-in to all this is the connections that what that leads to for today's relevance, especially with like Ghislaine Maxwell's and name in the news. And the connection there is hilarious because her sister, Christine, was married to Roger Molina, an astrophysicist at the UT Austin. So, guess who Roger Molina's dad is? Yeah, Frank Molina.
Oh, weird, crazy.
Yeah. So the line of just like crooked. And that ties to Epstein, like all of it is, I mean, obviously with Ghislaine Maxwell, but I mean, the crazy thing is, and then her other sister, Christine, so essentially this would be Christine Maxwell's grandfather, right? Yeah. Or dad, father-in-law, sorry. So Frank Molina would be Ghislaine Maxwell's uncle.
Really?
In-law. Yeah. Yep. Literally. Wow. So get this. So Christine Maxwell, was obviously married to Frank Molina's kid, Roger. Her twin sister, Isabel Maxwell, is even more like, I don't know if y'all know about her, but like her first husband was like the guy who invented the birth control pill. It's like, it's like it connects to every disgusting tentacle. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, really? But, yeah. And Chris Knowles did tons and tons and tons of research from The Secret Son. What up, Chris?
That's where I heard it. That's where I've seen all this.
He's gone really deep into it.
Have you had Chris on?
No, we haven't had Chris yet. We're gonna.
Have you tried to get Chris on? Dude,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Yeah, he's been busy as hell. Like he's gonna come hang out. Yep.
I would love to try to get that dude. That'd be great.
I'll get him on. It'd be good.
I should bug him too. I'll see if I can.
Well, yeah, three of us are asking him. I haven't hit him up in a while, so it's been a while. He was like, "I'll let you know when I'm free." So that was it. So it's been a minute. So there you go, Chris. Come hang out.
I'm sure he's really busy.
Yeah, he is. But I mean, he does other shows, so why wouldn't he come over and hang out with us?
Yeah.
There you go. He'll come hang out. But Jim, going back a little bit to the comic thing.
Yes.
So do you want to go back for a second and tell me?
Yes, tell us your whole theory.
Yeah, because this theory was like the Thomas Sheridan documentary that he released, The Apotheosis of Jack Parsons or Marvel Whiteside Parsons. He gets like I'm watching it and I'm like, I know this is cool, or I know like cool, and he goes really deep. But anyway, I'm fascinated by this whole comic book thing. I really am.
It's
and
just
speculation that he fakes is that, I'm sorry, I derailed you completely, digressed 84 different ways.
It just kind of feels true. I mean, I don't have any evidence. It's just like the more that I look into it, the more connections that make me think that he didn't actually die then, and for some reason he was moved into influenced the sphere of comics. He was he was such a smart guy with a sense of humor and a wit, sort of, and it just feels like that's where he ended up. And what a better way to influence society by, you got to start with children, if it just takes a generation, and you can have the minds of a whole country. And it's really what happened. It took a couple generations, but I mean, it started out one guy, you know, Stan Lee, pen and ink, you know, writing these stories. And I mean, now it's like the biggest movie franchise ever on the whole planet, and everybody knows who all these characters are. You know, it's just it's the best way to change the world in whatever your mind wants, you know.
Right, and really put forth that.
Comics have always been propaganda, though, like from day one. I mean, absolutely. Captain America was 1941, and he was punching Nazis.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that was specifically, they expressly brought it in, did those stories to get us into World War II.
Exactly.
That was before Pearl Harbor.
Yep.
They said it. They've even said it.
Yeah, they're on the record with that. They're cool with us knowing that they got to show their play. They got to show their hand. Real quick, I got to say this because Daz pointed something out great. That was the Alfred Molina is the sync of the conversation and who he played in the Marvel cinema.
Yeah, he was Dr. Octopus.
There you go. Dirty ass tentacles spreading everywhere.
Is it? Wow. Now, Alfred Molina is not related, is he?
Yes. I mean, it's a different spelling. Molina, M-A-M-O. But it's just a fun sync. It's a fun sync. I mean, it's a fun sync. So
yeah.
Shout out, good one, Daz. But
the deeper look is all I'm saying.
No, and I think this is the route to go down, because I was thinking, how are we going to do a show on Jack Parsons that is actually presenting some new information or something that like would make me go, oh, that's interesting, or give me a different takeaway, and you just did that. So I appreciate it, Jim. Seriously.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the comic writers are always been into the occult too. Also,
for sure.
I mean, you've read Watchmen, right?
I
never. Do you know who Alan Moore is?
Of course.
Okay, I mean that dude is as weird can be, but he is the best. Like, his writing is so good.
I never got into like comics. I wasn't a comic person. I didn't see so I didn't grow up reading comics. I've gone back. I've tried to read like the Invisibles and like some graphic novels and stuff. I just it's not my whatever. I don't dislike them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's true. Like, I want to go back and get into it. I just read other stuff. So, but there's so much cool stuff in there. I've been trying to get into it, but I don't know. I've read like. Have you ever heard of that comic book Chew? Have you guys ever heard of that before?
I've heard of it.
It's where
I've seen it.
It's pretty awesome. It's where the main character has like he can't eat meat without knowing. Like, he has like when he eats meat, he knows exactly where it came from and how the animal died and all this stuff.
How
it's
it died.
crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's brilliant though. It's just crazy to think about how like you can pre-program that too into like other things. Of course you can do that. We can draw a bunch of I can see Jim that probably ran through your mind right away. But yeah, I mean, it's an odd, but it came out. I mean, it's like Walking Dead time. I think it came out. So it came out a while ago, but it doesn't really matter. I feel like they hijack shit when it's convenient, and that's a convenient hijack in my opinion. You know?
So was that to change people to not eat meat?
That's what I'm thinking. If we're gonna go down that path, full dick out, everything, right? Balls to the wall on that path. Then that's obviously I think the line of thinking. But I don't.
The world, or was he just sort of an oddball? Like,
here's the crazy. I'll actually grab it. It's right here because there's a like the way the whole thing works and it's set up is there's literally like people aren't allowed. Like, he's literally like eating chicken, and he works for the government. I think he works for like the FDA, the character, where they're literally like trying to find where. This is so, dude. This is super future like programming shit. Just hold on. I gotta, dude. This is too much. I have to show you.
Chew. It's called Chew, right?
So, shit. So this is Chew.
Yeah.
Okay. So the premise is that Tony Chu is a detective with a secret, a weird secret. Tony Chu is chibopathic, which means he gets psychic impressions from whatever he eats. It also means he's a hell of a detective, as long as he doesn't mind nibbling on the corpse of a murder victim to figure out who done it and why. He's been brought on by the Special Crimes Division of the FDA, the most powerful law enforcement agency on the planet. Yeah, they just said that.
That's a great idea.
To investigate their strangest, sickest, and most bizarre cases. So,
this makes sense. I think that there's a lot of stuff that is pushing society towards cannibalism.
I don't know about that, but
a lot. I mean,
there's no cannibalism going on in here. He's literally tasting chicken because the FDA is that's I think what we're getting. I think the most important thing here is what this line right here. He's been brought on by the Special Crimes Division of the FDA, the most powerful law enforcement agency on the planet. Now, one of the funny things...
That's interesting.
Yeah, and one of the funny things, the reason this is like resonating so hard right now is because I remember hearing just recently, I was doing some research and I came across some information where the FDA gets way more funding than we know. Like, and they have so much, like tons more power than we know as well that we're used to. It's like when you're looking into certain things where, like, for example, with like Montauk, and remember around like there was like Department of Energy on Stranger Things kind of thing. And like a lot of people, and for me, actually, I remember seeing them like, oh shit, that's right. Department of Energy, they probably have tons more power than I ever gave them credit for. Of course they do. Of course they're going to siphon money that way or whatever. And use that, because of nuclear energy. There you go. Then you got a million different ties. So, I mean, with the FDA, that ties in with drugs. So there you go.
Well, yeah, the FDA was running if they were running Montauk.
No, it was the Department of Energy.
Oh, Department of Energy.
DOE.
Well, they were doing genetic testing on all sorts of livestock.
Oh, at what's it called? Plum Island.
Plum Island, yeah.
Plum Island. Yep, the whole thing. And then that's right there. Yep, you're right. Holy shit. So they had...
I wonder if the FDA does, the cattle mutilations.
Oh, they have to.
They're doing experiments on, cows.
But then here's the thing, though. That ties in with the Sasquatch thing, though, too much. Because it's like everywhere that thing has been reported, there's always there's cattle mutilations nearby. Jim, that's the case usually, right? I mean, that's like a standard.
Perhaps.
You're right there.
I don't cattle mutilations around where I'm at, and it's a Bigfoot hot zone for sure.
There's a lot in Montana, though. The cattle mutilations and Sasquatch and UFOs, they're all like kind of interlinked.
Yeah, I feel like they all are. I don't know. I could see the FDA doing, but they're too clean and they're too, you know what I mean? But they are all dropped out of a helicopter seemingly, or from some, that seems to be like accepted. Do you know what I mean? Which is,
what the word vaccine is based on? It's vaca, which means cow.
Cow.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they used cow's blood for vaccines or something, or they something in the process to experiment with. They use cattle.
That's the old way of immunizations now. Yeah. That's the old way. Sad. I don't want nanos.
Maybe like cows are close enough to us that they do the experimentation on the cattle, and maybe if they do enough experimenting, like it might be a lot easier and cheaper just to do it on somebody else's cows. They mark them, they fly in with their UFO or whatever, so there's no they could do experiments on all kinds of cows and not have to buy them, not have to pay for feeding them.
Right, but it's still, and then you also kind of, the crazy thing is, because then you also leave behind that trace of what the F, you get the total blank. Everybody goes in, they're freaking out. They automatically assume it's like something paranormal, demonic, whatever, so they just check that box, and then that just feeds the lore machine. And it's just kind of, it's like
well, it's just like all the abduction scenarios. I wonder how many abduction scenarios that people remember, because I've talked to several that swear to me that it was aliens, but I know it wasn't aliens.
See, that ties into. What was that, Jim? Go ahead.
There's a dome somewhere, a deep underground base that they're getting abducted to, and they're
or My Lab type thing. My Labs.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with that then. Because I mean, like a lot of research has been done, and it's awesome that like it came up, because Jason Horsley, and I'm talking to him this week, so hopefully he'll be on within a week or whatever. So but where he talks about in Prisoner of Infinity how Whitley Strieber kind of played a role basically the whole point is that when you're traumatized as a kid, you dissociate. So basically, like, we've been traumatized on such a scale that we dissociate and kind of go into these things where we can achieve the divine, if you will. But that's the only way you can achieve the divine, is because your soul's been splintered. It's a crazy thing. We'll get into it with Jason and go actually deep into it, because it rings super true. You can't deny it after you have the information in front of you. It's just undeniable.
Dude, I know that's true. I experienced that. That's definitely true.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like people then aren't able to discern the difference between what is real, obviously, and what's not. So they're going to be able to have like, it's a sublimation, like a pre-sub, like, to make something. So basically it's, I don't know, it's fascinating, but it's diabolical on so many levels that it's just like, yeah, that's totally what's happening, and it's been happening, and it's just crazy to think about. But then it's just like, well, what are we looking at here? Because it just becomes like, we've taken it apart 50 different ways. What's the truth here? I feel like we can rule out I feel really rather confident. At least I feel confident. Like I can rule out, like it's like an ET thing, like it's from outer space. Like I feel like that's just totally a construct created to. It just feels like an artificial construct. But I don't know. That's what all UFO shit, at least.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something we've taken that mythology, because we kind of, here's the comic books again, and pulp literature. We've created this alien mythology, and they're just playing it out to manipulate us. They're just doing exactly what's in the sci-fi books to get us to believe it. I mean, we already have the tech. They're making the tech from the comic books.
Right.
Yeah. And if you read the folklore about the Fae, the fairy folk, and you compare it to UFO stories, it's all pretty
same thing.
It's all right there. Yeah, you got Jacques Vallée with Passports in Begonia. You've got just look into Vallée's work and look into I think I don't know, I can't even find it right now, but it doesn't really matter. But I mean, it's all there. It's all there. The stories, they line up, they jive. Everything, history doesn't repeat, it rhymes. So like all these things just go hand in hand. Yeah. The culture-wise, society back then, if you put yourself there, but blah, blah, blah. I think getting into it, then we can kind of go towards they've been releasing with George Knapp, Jeremy Corbell have been releasing left and right on Twitter, all over. Sure. I've seen Corbell everywhere with all the shit he's been releasing with the pyramids, the flashing pyramids, which is wild, and then the balloon video. They look like metallic I don't. I want to say balloons because that's what Tyler Rogoway said they were in his article, which is crazy. His article's fascinating, where he questioned.
It's the balloons.
Well, we've been.
So Corbell, here I'll share the screen. We'll go into it because I feel like we need to go into this.
Are these things that come from the mountains in the desert?
No, these are the. All right, so we'll do this here.
I saw a video a long time ago on a public access UFO show, and there were it was like in Arizona or something, and it was in this mountain where the Native Americans said that there was like a portal there in their folklore, and then they had a bunch of spirals, hieroglyphics that were, ancient Native American.
The spiral hieroglyphs,
petroglyphs, and this guy had video of these like undulating, almost like balloon, almost like serpents, like these videos of these things, and it was very weird. I mean, he said they were coming from rock.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's the triangle one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's get it again. Start from the beginning.
It looks like a goofball.
That's crazy. Why would it be pulsing like that, I wonder? But
just like the plane,
You think? All right, so Jeremy,
man.
or not Jeremy, Gordon. I was about to say TR3B. Sorry, I don't know why I said that because Jeremy.
What did you say?
TR3B, and I was gonna say.
Those are the TR3Bs.
You're pretty certain of that? Would you say? Sorry, go ahead.
I don't. I'm not certain.
What do you think? I mean, what do you think? I mean,
with those for sure. We have flying triangles. That's for damn sure. I mean, 15 years ago, we were flying a little, they called it lots of UAV Delta Wing machines autonomously. And if they figured out a anti-grav drive, which the theories that, do you guys follow Nassim Harriman?
Yeah.
Nassim Harriman. So he's
maybe.
So him and the guy from the DuPont, or is it DuPont? Not DuPont. Anyway, one of the Thrive guy.
Oh,
I can't remember his name.
Foster Gamble.
Yes, Foster Gamble. Thank you. They bring up the torsion physics a lot. And Nassim Harriman was theorizing that the torsion physics is the key to anti-gravity, some sort of anti-gravity drive. And if that's the case, then the drive would be a ball. And in the center of the TR3B Black Manta is a ball.
Right. Are you familiar with David Adair's research at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just wondering because he designed like a cyclotron kind of thing which is
right.
Which is
I know which the cyclotron is. Yeah.
He worked for General. He was. It'll come to me in a second. His name.
Nazi Bell stuff.
What's up?
The Nazi Bell.
Yeah, the De Glocke.
It was a craft that supposedly used mercury vortex.
The spinning mercury.
So I wonder, is that what it was based on? Because I haven't looked into De Glocke too much. I always got close to the research, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy this book, and then I just didn't. I think it was Dr. Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph. That's a great book. Fantastic.
Which book? Because there's so many.
All of them.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, right. I know he's a good dude. He seems like a good dude.
The Nazi Bell one was really good, and I'm sure that he put so much excellent research into those.
It feels like he's on the trail of the gold too. Like he's almost found it, or somebody found it. I feel like it was discovered in Japan. He's always been. Do you know who? Are you familiar with Dr. Jordan or Jordan?
Yeah, Joseph P. Farrell.
Yeah, Joseph P. Farrell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I've followed him for years.
I haven't heard him in a long, long time, but
he's on point. He's almost got those bearer bonds found. It feels like.
I think we're going to find out there's a lot of guys that had their finger on the pulse and knew what they were talking about, but
oh yeah,
people weren't paying attention. I mean, isn't that like everything? Like always?
Yeah, I
feel
like
people knew we were gonna get dragged into World War II way before it happened.
It's true.
Like I called this UFO flap, way before it happened. I mean, you could see it coming. After the coronavirus thing, it's going to be UFOs, and then after that, it's going to be the environment.
See, the thing is
global warming.
Right. It's crazy how you can kind of we can predict these things, but I mean, there's telltale signs. It's like the telltale signs, I think, for this alien, or whatever, this alien kind of thing, or UFO shit is, I think it kicked off when Corona kicked off. I remember reading an article by some prominent, not even journalist, but it was I think it was an opinion piece actually, but she wrote it. We're talking about how coronavirus is the next alien invasion, or the alien invasion, and the way everything was worded in this document, it was brilliant, and I was like, holy shit, this is some straight up Tavistock shit right here. You know what I mean? This think tank shit, and so that came out, and then I remember thinking, oh, now that's green light for the Project Bluebeam. You know what I mean? That's literally just a random silly theory that idiots throw around that are new to, not even idiots, just people that once you get into the UFO field, you learn about Project Bluebeam once you start researching it pretty quickly. And that,
there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that they have out there. I mean, have you seen the hologram technology? Is just off the hook.
It's insane.
I was at Disneyland a few years back, and it was during the day, and they had an X-wing fighter was flying around getting chased by the one that Darth Vader flies, and it looked like they were real vehicles flying around, but they were holograms. And it was crazy. And insanely real looking. And I've heard that I've never seen it, but supposedly they have semi truck and trailer platforms that have hologram machines on them, laser machines where they have several of them that make an array, and they can make huge hologram up in the sky,
Jim, are you saying they're faking these? Are you saying that this is
implying?
Fake?
Yeah,
is that what you're implying? That this could possibly be faked?
It's just us.
How dare you?
Chinese cities that were up in the sky.
In the sky, yeah. Mm-hmm. Giant Jesus. That's a nice one.
That's a fun one too. If people want to research that one, you can find that one when they were going to do that to Cuba. Remember that was on the table to literally project Mary or Guadalupe into the star or into the clouds, but they couldn't be certain. I remember reading it was literally on the table, but they couldn't get they weren't modifying the weather enough back then to where they could decisively make it an actual religious experience or simulated religious experience to make them all change their mind. So it's just the egregious, really, y'all actually threw that one out there and tried it.
Right. And people aren't paying attention that they're not being manipulated. You don't think you're being played? You're all being played. We are all being played.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. It's never, it's just continual.
Always be suspicious. Hey, my battery might die.
All right.
So
it's all good.
I'm going to show Greg how to actually leave a meeting.
There you go. It's just going to be, his face is just going to freeze. Yep. There you go. He's out of here. Or maybe not. He's still here. When it dies, it dies. There you go.
Yeah. If it dies, it dies. Then I'll say, shut up.
Yeah, right. And just freeze your face.
Yeah, just freeze.
But dude, I think it's definitely, Have you seen, real before you go then, Gordon, have you seen anything like that's made you go, holy shit, that like the tech, like how Jim was just talking about Disney? Because you've been in some funny areas that other people don't get to see.
Yeah, but the stuff that I saw was very, mundane because it was just parts of parts.
Right, exactly.
You know, like
yeah,
it wasn't spectacular.
I don't mean stuff that you were there. I don't mean there. I wasn't implying. I guess I worded that wrong. Like the way.
No, well,
I just meant coming from your eyes that you've seen a bunch of crazy shit in your life, just like we all have.
Yeah.
No, Gordon's seen a lot of extra shit.
The thing, I was on my way to the mines in Green Valley one time because I had to measure out a thing. I don't know. Anyway, a job. And you have to go back into the Tucson mountains for a long time to get to this place. And as we're driving, me, the driver, and he was like my assistant guy, as we're coming up to the mines, there were 5 UFO chrome balls just floating in the air. And it had to be I don't know if I could say it's even tech. Like it, because when we looked at it, they're in a V formation. And when we looked at it, we looked at it for a long time, probably 20 minutes, because we were driving through the mountains. But the point where we saw them, and I felt instantly that, well, not instantly, at a specific point, as soon as I thought, I can see you and you can see me, they disappeared. So it has to be more than just a tech. There's a consciousness connection.
Absolutely.
So I can't say that was a technology, but it could be. I don't know. Because, clearly we can read each other's,
yeah, people's
minds can be read. For sure.
Exactly. With the tells on the faces, just the little micro, that stuff that that we look at, it's totally it's there.
Jen, you might have seen an entity like a genie.
Yeah, it could be. That's the way it's presenting itself to you, and that's how you're picking it up. I mean, that you have to factor all that into.
Yeah, could be. I don't know.
There's so many different things. Yeah, that's fascinating.
And maybe that is a technology we just don't understand.
Exactly. It's woven into that technology.
Right.
It's the only way that an entity from a higher dimension can express itself here. Like you have to be in a submarine when you go underwater as a human being, or in a scuba suit. That's not how we look. That's not the shape of our body. But when we go underwater and we look at a cuttlefish, that is the form that we take on.
Exactly. And that's a great.
And when you take a cuttlefish or a jellyfish out of the water, they don't look like that either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you got it from both ways here, and then bring the observer effect into it. Throw Schrodinger in there.
Oh, we should do a thing on biocentrism.
Hell yeah.
We should get Robert Lanza. Actually, I'll see if I can find him.
All right, that'd be good.
That guy's rad. He's crazy, but he's rad.
No, if crazy's good.
What's biocentrism?
We like crazy. So biocentrism is it's kind of what do they call those theory of everything kind of things that
panpsychism?
No, it's one of those things where it's all kind of revolves around the observer effect and how we create the reality around us.
So the definition would be that sounds right to me. It feels right to me.
Like nothing is real unless it's observed, essentially.
Right. So the observer effect comes into play with everything there. Biocentrism, in a political and ecological sense, as well as literally, is an ethical point of view that extends inherent value to all living things. It is an understanding of how the Earth works, particularly as it relates to its biosphere or biodiversity. But that doesn't feel. I know what you mean. That doesn't feel like that's the right.
That definition doesn't cut it.
No, not at all. That's a load of shit.
Yeah,
and then when I scroll down after Googling that or DuckDuckGoing it, I get, does your mind create the universe? See, so that's exactly where you're going. This is where it should be. Yeah, Robert Lanza.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, love to talk to him.
So
the observer effect is fascinating.
UFOs when you saw those chrome balls flying in formation, were you like looking for something like that?
What was your lens?
No, not at all.
Too? Like, what was your lens of like reality, like your paradigm? Like, how was when you saw it? Like, when did you see it? Or like, how would you put yourself like in hindsight? You know,
it was a shakeout, man. It was like one of those things where my assistant guy and I were quiet for 2 days, you know, because we were like processing this thing because we knew it was real.
Yeah.
And we both saw it. And it was when camera phones were garbage. And so nobody got anything. But we all just sat there just in awe of this thing and looking at it for a long time. Because I initially saw it, you know, you see little dots in a V in the sky, you think it's Canadian geese.
Exactly.
And as we were driving up to it, I'm thinking, because it's this kind of really rolling hills and curvy road and stuff. And so we're looking at it from several different directions, but it stayed constant, you know, it stayed in one spot the whole time. But it was kind of pointing, the V was pointing north. Yeah, north. And I kept thinking, at this time of year, Canadian geese aren't flying north. And that's when I realized it was stopped.
Wait, just like stopped, dead stopped, hanging in the air. Was it hanging in the air when you first came to the realization, like, that's when you noticed it was stopped. So you thought it was moving before?
Yeah, because we were moving.
Okay, so so your eyes are going to play tricks. So did it like in and out of sight kind of thing, like through trees, or kind of
right?
I get. I can put myself
because we're curving around mountains, like you'd see it around one pass. You're like, oh, it's still there, and you come around another one, it's still there, and then
you can finally. Okay.
Its purpose was for you to see it. Also, I think.
Oh, I kind of think so, because as soon as I recognized that I saw it, and it kind of said, it was like that kind of soul agreement thing.
Like a confirmation?
I see you see me, yeah. And then as soon as that thought hit my head, it disappeared. Like they just went, they just gone.
Message received, you know, like transmission over.
For sure.
That's crazy. That's I mean, and that jives with everything else, all the literature that you dig into on it, you know, from experiencers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's weird.
It's the one thing y'all can agree on.
You know, you can't talk about it because people are going to think you're nuts. You know, you and your buddy.
They think I'm nuts anyway.
Yeah, now it's okay. Like, I feel like now it's like a different, like at this juncture, it's like, really? UFOs? I'm into way
it's almost
more
comical.
effed up. Yeah, way more effed up shit than that. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa,
I'm gonna transcend this being.
The cottage
I'm
industry.
Watch my apotheosis. You people are lame.
Right. I love UFOs, dude. It's like what I've wanted to have like some kind of an experience, and I don't seem to look up at the right times. I guess I don't know. I do.
Keep looking. It happens. They're there. I don't look for them either, but it happens.
I look for them, and I don't see
although
shit.
Especially in Arizona. Arizona is kind of a hot spot, though.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say was there like I think 2 years before the big sighting or whatever in Sedona. It was just weird, and I feel like I was there too for that sighting, but I wasn't. I literally have like a weird false memory almost of being in Phoenix when that UFO thing went down. I'm not even kidding. I don't know why. I was born there. Why would I have some random false memory that I know is false? I was there in the 90s, right? I visited, stayed in Phoenix, went to Prescott. My aunt lives, and spent time in Sedona. Well, a couple weeks. I've only been there once in my life. That was the only time, early 90s. But for some reason, I have a literal false memory of being in Phoenix when that shit happened. Was it
during
96?
the Phoenix Lights?
Yeah, Phoenix Lights.
Yeah,
96?
I think it was 96.
97.
Yeah.
I
was a senior in high school. Or maybe it was
97. I think it was 97.
It was 97, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Chat.
Yeah.
Chat's gonna look it up real quick.
I was in Colorado that every year after Phoenix. Hold on. All right, Phoenix Lights. But yeah, I feel like I don't know why that is. I wonder if anybody else has ever experienced that. Let me know, because it's weird, like a false memory of a specific weird, event, like especially that event. Just 97. Okay. I think it was like November, right? 97. March 13th. Oh, there you go.
See, if we can do that too, like, what does it, like we were talking about?
Yeah, I don't know about the we can do that though with that one. What do you think about that was so big, dude? I don't know, man. That's like Mothership Giant, dude.
It was huge.
Huge, like way too big.
I know people that saw it.
That is not
like,
our.
firsthand.
Do you think
I've
that's
talked
our?
to those people.
That could have been
It was
laser.
huge.
I don't think
Blue
it's our tech, man. No.
Totally could have been blue beam technology.
I gotta say no. I don't know why I gotta say no, but I gotta say no. I feel like it's different. I feel like I was there. Like here I am, false memory. Sorry. I was there, Jim.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's us. I think it was a
You
giant.
think Phoenix Lights was us?
I mean, in that we have.
That was so big, though.
Well, I don't know. It was huge, but I don't know, man. They have so many. So many things that I wouldn't have even thought of.
This is true. There's a lot of shit that we can't even
ridiculous.
fathom. We can't even.
So
go
much shit we don't even know.
Yeah. Especially with the nano shit being true, like is going as far as you can go. And I got grossed out. Been vaping for a while, like quit smoking cigarettes, but still I feel gross doing this. It doesn't really matter. But I remember taking a drag off of it and then turning it upside down for a second and watching the smoke as it was like still lingering right after taking a pull. And it was literally like little droplets. And I was like, it just kind of gave me that, oh yeah, it's PG in here. You know what I mean? Propylene glycol. And I'm like, oh shit, fucking nanos. That's my paranoid.
Propylene glycol is just
I know.
It's the catalyst thing.
Yeah, like emulsifier kind of type.
Yeah, it's emulsifier, but it's in everything. That's the petrochemicals that they stick everywhere.
It's fucking it's just what is it? Antifreeze. Essentially. But yeah, it's like I don't know, man. I just got grossed out when I got that nano thing stuck in my head. But with the tech that they have with the nano stuff, and clearly,
induction
nanotech,
yeah,
scary.
The induction conductor. My dad used to have an induction furnace. Ethylene glycol ran through copper tubes, and a very high current was ran through it, and it would melt metal. It would.
Holy shit! So wait a minute.
Wow.
It was like a microwave, pretty much. Like the crucible inside there, and put bronze in, and it would get hotter and hotter. And anything metal, like if you had a ring on your hand and stuck your hand inside, your hand wouldn't get hot, but that ring would get red hot.
So, wait. Go ahead.
There's some videos on YouTube of people making magnetic induction furnaces, like little tiny ones, where they put a piece of metal inside of a copper coil and they run current through it, induction, and it levitates the metal, the iron, until it gets red hot, and then it goes pop and turns into a liquid. It's like a ball of molten.
Wait a minute. So wait, are you saying that? So they put the propylene glycol in the copper, okay, and it acts as a what agent? Would you say?
It's a conductor.
So it literally is a conductor. So essentially what you're saying then, how I'm taking this, tell me if I'm wrong, is like, so what is that doing to me, vaping? So like, I don't want to go too far off the deep end, but that's how my brain kind of works. So let me ask you this.
You can run signal through it.
That's what I was going to ask. That's what I was going to ask.
Sure. You could use it as a media for.
Right. For something else. I understand.
To be in, like a nanotech can be in that. You can
delivery system.
Right.
Yeah. And the control system, because you could use it as, you could actually run a signal through it and use it to
extend
man.
the
They're
current.
getting at you. They're getting at you through your vape pen.
Yeah. No,
I get you.
See, it's not out of paranoia.
No,
I don't know
you
what it is.
I know what it is.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
All right. Then I got to figure it out.
I'm already getting fired on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
you just set it. Don't set it in stone. Nobody's putting a cornerstone. Nobody's putting a cornerstone in, dude.
Shit, I gotta stop
Not happening.
joking about
Yeah,
that.
you
man.
do need. Now it's time.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it is time to stop joking about that for sure.
But hey, before you guys, I get cut off. I'm gonna say good night. Meditate. Fight the power.
100%.
Power.
Punk rock.
You know it. Cheers, brother.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a good night.
You too,
Good
pal.
night.
That was good.
That was a good.
There goes Gordon. Hell yeah. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So I don't even know what to make of like going there. I mean, keeping this shit up, like that creeps me out. Like I don't have that paranoid outlook though, where I'm like, oh, I think about that because I'm worried about somebody harming me. But at this point, it's like that's par for the course. So that's every day, constantly. So it's just.
I don't even care anymore.
I don't care.
I know that the metallic paint that they use on the side of the road, the white paint, for the fog line, that's a big conductor, and it's like an antenna, and they use it to bounce waves off to control us, perhaps.
Yeah.
But who cares?
I mean, we can't get bent out of shape about shit like that. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna sit and waste, if that's something that's a catalyst to get you to wake up to the fact that this is a mass thing. Like this is happening to everybody. It's not like there's targeted, there's TIs. Yeah, that shit's real. But it's not you. Like that's people do take it too far sometimes.
I mean, you can try to eat healthy, but everything's been genetically modified.
And think about organic for a second here. Everybody that eats organic, I'm sorry to do this to you, but you should have maybe thought about this a minute ago.
What does that mean?
But, well, or not, it's not even that. I'm just saying anything that's been grown outdoors and is organic. I'm sorry, unless it's under you got whatever they spray up, whatever is going on with SAIs, call it what you want, climate engineering or whatever it was, geoengineering, all that stuff. You call it however you want to call it. Make up as many euphemisms as you possibly can and grift those while you're at it. Okay, but like for real, what comes down, like unless you have a solarium or whatever, or like a greenhouse, you're getting all of that shit directly sprayed on top of whatever. So that's your organic. That's how organic it is. That's as pure as you're gonna get it. So you're gonna get some metals, right? I'm assuming in that, unless it's for certain or you grow it yourself underneath.
Yeah. You get a cheeseburger and the ketchup has tomatoes in it that were genetically modified.
There you go.
Even if they weren't, if it's organic, they've been grown outside because they're not gonna build a greenhouse.
And look, there's a level though, right? I mean, we can be honest here. We're not saying, don't eat organic. Like, give me a break. It's good to be conscientious of what you're putting in your body, clearly. And
yeah.
I prefer to eat organic when I can, as much as I can when I do. Like it's,
But it's not the hill to die on.
No, not at all. There's very few hills to die on, I feel like, in this. A lot of people will argue that because they died, like the mass kill.
If you want to buy an 89-cent bundle of bananas or an $8 bundle of bananas that's organic, and you've got 25
exactly.
just buy the cheap ones, you know?
Exactly. Yep. So, I mean, come on. It's that simple, guys. It really is. But a lot of people, I don't know. I don't want to say a lot of people anything because people have just walked off cliffs and become lemmings and volunteered to take part in mass clinical trials for fun. So, but anyway, let's just, it's Nazis, eugenics, whatever. But I trust them. Okay, me too. Hey, I got my jab. What's up? Jim got his jab. We're all jabbed up. We're jabbed out.
I didn't get a jab.
I got jabbed when I was a kid. Jim got jabbed when he was a kid. We're all jabbed. We got jabbed when we were kids, dude. Chill out.
Well, I'm so
We're pro jab from when we were kids. Huh, Jim? There you go. That's the only jabs I got. That's all the jabs I got. I don't want to speak for my buddy here. No. I don't really. We're not talking about jabs anymore.
I don't remember.
We gotta get on whatever.
I got like probably about 50 what's the one when you get when you step on a rusty nail and you get your tetanus.
Yeah.
I got like I kept forgetting like whenever I got a tetanus shot and like I kept like stepping on nails and stuff, and so like I go to like the doctor and they're like, whoa, okay, do you have a tetanus shot? And I'd be like, yeah. And they're like,
yeah,
well,
I did that too.
You should just to be safe. And they give it to you, and then your arm hurts for like 2 days. You're like,
yeah. Hurts bad too.
Yeah.
I mean, like those are obnoxious. I don't know. I don't have any needs for any
jabs.
No, I don't do that.
Well, a jab like that doesn't.
Yeah, that's the Europe thing. So
yeah,
that's cool. Whatever. Y'all got your slang, we got ours, and we didn't make anything up. We just called it stupid. VACCINE. I don't want to say the word. It's a dirty word. There you go.
Yeah.
Jim, let me ask you something. Are you on your iPad?
I am. Yes.
Does it say original sound on your thing?
Where?
On the screen.
No. Should it?
What is your screen like on the meeting screen? I'm just curious real quick. Do you have originals? Because for some reason you're like not, I don't know if there's like a.
Oh, do I sound quiet?
No, it cuts off. Like it's just cut you off of complete words, a couple words at a time when you start to come in.
Oh, I think it's because I have the background noise filter on, and there's a lot of noise from this crick.
Turn it off once and see if it sounds okay real quick. I'm just curious. It doesn't matter. No, we're not doing that right now.
Yeah, I can't.
It's fine.
I can disconnect audio.
No, it's all good.
There's meetings. But yeah. Touch up my appearance. Yeah.
You don't have any like auto shit on for your sound, do you?
No, I've got a cough. I've been eating non-organic blueberries all day.
Blueberries?
Yeah, I got some I got a bunch of good stuff down here.
Nice. I've been eating a lot of raspberries. I can't
see there.
Oh yeah. Wait, are those
dried?
Yeah, they're dried up. See, I didn't get any of that. What you just said. Nothing came up.
Oh, they're whole dried blueberries.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
The chocolate covered raspberry, strawberry ones are pretty good. They make those, right?
Good.
You haven't had chocolate covered strawberry freeze dried?
No. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Look for them in your grocer's freezer.
I've been eating a lot of dried fruit. It's delicious.
Yeah.
I want to get a food dehydrator. I'm thinking.
So you're on a kick. Don't do it. Don't do it yet. Wait a while.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
All right. So this week coming up, we got so we're talking to Jason Horsley. Jim's talking to Thomas Sheridan. They should be around hopefully in the next week or two. And
that would be.
I'm trying to get Robert Guffey, to come hang out and talk about Camilio, talk about the state of everything, what he thinks is going on how this will play out, or who knows? We don't really care. It's just fun to come hang out and shoot the shit.
Laid back, fun situation with cool people.
Exactly.
That kicks ass.
It does. We're lucky to have Greg, Gordon, Aaron, everybody. Snake's busy. He'll be back.
Yeah. Can't wait till we get our channel back too for live stream.
Yeah, July, the channel will be back up. It's crazy. July. All for like something that's not even an issue because like I didn't even do anything really, but whatever. And and it wasn't even listed publicly either.
Yeah, that YouTube.
Yeah, it wasn't even publicly listed either. I put it private like right when I found out things were going down. But that's probably too late, I think. Either way, it doesn't really matter because I know they can pull private because they did it off Clyde Lewis. They struck him for a private video he had on.
That sucks.
Yeah. You're not coming out at all. I don't know. There's nothing for audio.
That sucks, man.
There you go.
Yeah. It's when I talk and you have the green square around you, and then it takes a minute to jump onto me. I think I just need to set up my settings better.
Could be.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's the background sound filter because there's.
If you turn it off, does it work? Or how bad is it? Let me hear.
I can't turn it off from here. Yeah, I have to log in on my computer.
Oh, okay.
Settings for that. So.
Oh, I get you. Okay, never mind.
Or maybe I can if I get messing around with it, but it's not. Neither here nor there at the moment.
I'm just curious. I don't really care that we're live. Does that have with the Yamaha board? Like, does that have the does it have its own like input into the iPad where it has its own interface, like on the screen of your iPads, so you can like mix it, like how it is with the like on a computer. You know the mixer, the little Yamaha. No,
but it might. Maybe it does, and I don't. No, it doesn't. Not like doesn't have the app at least that I have.
You know that DSP controller thing or whatever.
Yeah. But the other day, like with the tablet, I have there's like the USB that plugs it into the computer, and it also powers it. But when you have a that you're supposed to use to run another USB that goes straight into the.
Yeah.
But last time, that was unplugged, and I was running it and powering it off my tablet.
Yeah, it just doesn't want to. I know, it's not good to do that.
I didn't know that it worked. I was pretty stoked.
Yeah.
And then like low battery.
Exactly. We just sucked it all.
Running around looking for. I had it plugged in, but the other end of my extension cord got unplugged inside the house. Like in a spot. Trip it.
But it's good. Like, what's your gain at on the board? I'm curious.
I'm about 6.
Oh, that ain't bad.
I'm at 6. 6 out of 10.
So then the DSP has to work then, because that's working. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to. That board's fun. I'm gonna have to try it.
I've got the comp EQ. I can turn off the.
See right here, we're doing a tech review on the Yamaha AG06 that Jim has right here. He's using with his iPad Pro. Look how great it is. It's pretty small. It's awesome. I have the same little thing. It works great.
Man, you guys.
It's a great piece of kit. I don't care. There was an embargo on those things over the.
It was like what? $200?
Yeah. I got it from Germany for like $189, and the only place you could find it was on eBay for like $500 because they weren't making them. They didn't have them in stock anywhere. I found it in Germany. Then I got lucky and came back. But yeah, it's a great board.
I got Amazon.
Amazing. Yep. Amazing reason.
They're gone now.
Are they gone again?
Well, I was recommending it, and I went to like send somebody a link, and I couldn't find it.
There you go. See, the embargo's back on, or they're not making them anymore, so people are going to start freaking out trying to buy them again. It's a great little board, especially because it got a loop back too, so everything you hear. So if you're in a meeting, whatever, you can hear. I can hear his audio, he can hear mine. So there's no issues like we had earlier. That was weird. Why'd they mute share sound? Anyway.
Yeah, I can. I mean, using a board in the back of a van while driving down the highway, and live streaming is just insane. It's awesome.
That is the coolest shit. That's awesome. I don't care. With all the evils of technology, it does bring us joy.
And it fits in a little bag I carry with me everywhere, just in case Barsky's like, "Hey, dude, we got to go live right now and talk about something."
Yep.
Then I do.
Split. I'm working on that. So I can do it too. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll do some randonautica.
Yeah, we were doing that this week. So I don't know what y'all think about randonauting, but I did it. Jim did it. I don't know who else. We'll have to see if any other dudes did it.
I need to get more daring about it, because like I didn't want to go like trudging through somebody's backyard. And
but you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did. Okay, good.
Because it told me to go into a backyard, but I didn't. I was gonna do some more of it, but there's like you get a limit unless you pay for the app.
Oh, the tokens. Yeah, you only have 30 a day.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to look into it, because like I only did like a 1,000 meter.
Oh, you didn't. Okay, so you didn't go that far.
Yeah, it wasn't really that far.
1,000 meters. Wait a minute. I went 4 kilometers. That's what I set my radius, 4 kilometers. Does that sound right when you opened yours?
It was like I had a choice of like 1,000, 3,000, and I don't know. I didn't really look.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't go very far. It took me to church. I realized though afterward, because I asked for. Can't remember what my intent actually was. So that's not a good start to begin with for randonauting, because you're supposed to have some intent. That's what it is. It's quantumly generated. For those that don't know, it's what a quantum generated. Jim, do you have it in front of you?
Yeah, but
I'll get it.
Didn't really explain very much on what was going on with it.
So real quick,
and then it's unblock streaming content. Oh, there's an ad. And then there's this. It says it's got
powered by Moloch. Powered by our friend Moloch.
Powered by Moloch. And then you hit start.
That's our buddy, dude. That's our mascot.
And what does it say? It says choose your quantum point type. Anomaly.
So yeah.
Void or
so it
pseudo.
Generates, well, you got to tell them what it is. It generates a point. Right? Quantum thing. It generates a point. Here. Randonautica, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the, here? Settings.
As you can hit the button and choose between feedback via mail.
Here, real quick, I'll read it. Randonautica takes you to a truly random adventure. If you've heard of this, like people go do this shit. Like it generates a random point on a map from your phone, and then you go there. Okay, but you're supposed to have an intent while you're getting it to generate its point. What does that say, Jim? I don't know what that says.
Oh, it says select radius in meters.
Okay, then you select your radius.
5,000 or 10,000.
Choose. Okay, so you have different settings though. So it says the process uses theoretical mind matter interaction paired with quantum entropy, which is the same thing we were talking about earlier with the observer effect, right? So the process uses, my dog's having a breathing fit. Process uses theoretical mind matter interaction paired with quantum entropy to test the strange entanglement of consciousness with observable reality. Randonauts often find their journeys result in serendipitous experiences that seemingly align with their thoughts. And then you set your radius. So it's where it's a randonaut trip.
And then
go ahead, Jim.
Select A and G. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. But
and it's either temporal or anew.
Oh wait, so you can set a theme for intent or random. Jim, I didn't know that. So there you go. You set a thing, you only get a certain whatever amount of tokens a day, blah, blah, blah. So you have this power, void, and attractor. What do those mean, do you think? I don't know.
I don't know.
See, I mean, I think that's the point. So like you gotta, I didn't look into it. We probably should have looked into it before doing it.
Maybe we'll talk about this another time.
Yeah, we will, because we're idiots and we're talking about it right
now.
Midweek.
Midweek joust into rando.
We will do that.
Do or don'ts.
we could even post our randomness to the page. That'd be fine. There you go. I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna try to talk to Thomas Sheridan. We're gonna Jason Horsley, and let's see. I don't think is there anything else we need? Nope. I don't think so. Jim?
No, I think
that
I'm
about covers it.
ready to wrap it up.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B. You've seen it
So-
every Chappelle show, haven't you? You remember that?
No, I've never seen that show.
You never saw Chappelle's show?
I saw it once.
Yeah, right. You've seen every episode multiple times.
No,
You told me you did. Huh?
No, I didn't get that channel. I've seen one maybe. or
Chappelle's
two.
show? Dave Chappelle? From Comedy Central.
Yeah, I never had that channel back when it was on.
Are you joking? I can't tell if you're joking or not.
But anyway, I better get going. I'm gonna go
All
eat
right.
some.
How's
some
your?
fruit.
Do you not want to give us a yard update? Everything's going good.
Oh yeah, everything's good.
Good. All right, I understand. Sorry. All right, everybody on YouTube, we're out of here. Have a good night, and we'll
Good
see you in a
night.
couple.